Imperare sibi, maximum imperium est. The greatest empire is the one within. The Discipline Triptych. You're here. Again. That already makes you different. You chose silence over noise, depth over empty promises, and discipline over dopamine hits. In the first chapter you made the decision, not loud, not dramatic, but final. The kind of decision that doesn't ask permission. In the second you faced the silence, the discomfort, the long stillness before anything changes. You learned that endurance isn't about waiting. It's about becoming someone different, while nothing around you gives you a reason to continue. And now, you've come to the final part. Not final because it ends, but because if you truly hear it, you won't need another instruction, only relentless repetition. Today we speak of determination, not the feeling, not the slogan, but the quiet, structured force that moves you through resistance, failure, and doubt. This is the fire beneath all discipline, the part that doesn't depend on how you feel, the part that remains when every other part of you is ready to quit. If you've come this far, then you already carry it. But now it's time to understand it, to train it, to walk with it. Welcome to the third and final threshold, the law of determination. Part 1. The fire that starts alone. He didn't walk for glory. He walked for ghosts. For the ones who didn't make it back, and for the ones who did, but never really returned. Troy Yoakum marched across America, 7,880 miles, through rain, through injury, through silence, 20 miles a day, no crowd, no comfort, no finish line in sight. Each town he entered, he played the drum, not to be seen, but so no one could say, "I didn't hear." And when his body said stop, he walked anyway. Kidney stones, infection, blood. Because that's the law of determination. You don't move for applause. You move for purpose. You endure without reward. You act without guarantee, not for success, but because you said you would. Your word is a command, indisputable. And you, when was the last time you kept going? Not because you felt strong, but because you refused to quit. What is the vow you've made, and are you still inside it? Most people wait to feel ready. He moved before the road was even visible, and when it got worse, he kept going. Do you? That's what imperare sibi means. Not the power to begin, the power to continue. Because true determination isn't loud, it isn't fast, it isn't always seen, but it contains the power to build empires. Part 2. The engine of endurance. The one who cannot wait, cannot grow. That's not a metaphor. That's biology. That's the brain revealing the weight of choice over time. Casey, Somerville, and their team returned after 40 years, studying delayed gratification. The ones who could wait as children now showed stronger prefrontal circuits, more control, more vision, more resistance to impulse. The ones who gave in early, still chasing every flicker of reward, still enslaved to the next treat. It wasn't about sugar, it was about character, and it showed up in real life. Angela Duckworth and Martin Seligman saw it. It's not IQ that predicts success, not talent, not luck. It's restraint, the ability to walk past the easy win and still keep going. Marcus Aurelius taught, the obstacle to action becomes the action. What stands in the way becomes the way. But you can't rule what you haven't trained, and you can't train what you abandon the moment it resists you. This is where transformation begins. The nervous system adapting to friction, the prefrontal cortex muting the scream of the limbic brain, the body still, the purpose burning, because determination isn't an emotion. It's chemistry, trained into character, a system of time, of pain, of repetition. At the center of this fire, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, what scientists once called the neurological spark of perseverance. When triggered, people felt only one thing, a deep, silent urge to push forward. But fire needs fuel. That fuel is dopamine. It's gained a bad name. But it's not a pleasure chemical. It's a valuation signal. Is the effort worth it? If yes, we move. If no, we break. The question is, how do you use that weapon? Is your reward system pushing you towards something greater, or just soothing itself with another impulsive purchase? When this system lights up for the distant, the difficult, the uncertain, that's determination. That's grit in motion. But it needs more than fuel. It needs command. That command is the prefrontal cortex, the battlefield of the self. If you're here, you already know it. It's called System 2, and it begins with a true decision. It delays gratification, plans through chaos, holds the vow, while the rest of your brain screams, turn back. Declan Ryan named it self-determination theory. It rests on 3 pillars: autonomy, competence, connection. Know your why. Believe you're capable. Stay close to what matters. And then, it's not effort, it's instinct. But long before any research, the Stoics knew. Cleanthes carried water by night, so he could study by day. They called him the mule, but the mule endured and gained wisdom. That's perseverance, not a mood, not a try, a rhythm, a repetition of movement when no one watches, a quiet obedience that burns longer than applause. It is the discipline of becoming, especially when no part of you wants to continue. Are you ready for the brutal truth? You can't stay neutral, because if you do not train persistence, you train its opposite. You're either fortifying or fading. Not every Stoic wrote treatises, some just kept walking, and history remembers the ones who walked. In the next part, we assemble the elements of discipline into a final lethal weapon, and for the first time, you'll learn how to wield it. Part 3. The discipline of becoming. And now, you've seen the path. You've stood at the edge. Now comes the step that matters. This is where all the pieces return. Like a soldier reassembling his weapon, the great architect returning to the foundation. Because discipline is not one thing. It is a structure, a system, built stone by stone, in silence, in struggle. Those who think one moment is enough are fools. There's a reason every ancient school of virtue required years of apprenticeship. The same reason Olympic athletes, martial artists, and soldiers repeat the same motion again and again and again. We call it muscle memory, but it's deeper. It's character memory. It's what remains when the motivation is gone. You will return to these lessons again and again, because real transformation, it's becoming. So ask yourself, are you the one who endures years of struggle, or the one who still wants a shortcut? First decide, truly, with finality. Say no to the old way. Kill every exit, then stop. Not in weakness, in awareness. Activate System 2, the inner commander. Ask, what is the cost? What is the potential obstacle? What is the consequence of failure? Now plan, strategize like a general. Delay everything that stands in the way. You are in control. You are finally using procrastination in the right way. Train your reward system to follow visions, not impulse, and walk through resistance, through confrontation. Say what must be said. Refuse what must be refused. Endure rejection. Stand your ground when everything in you screams, escape. And prepare for loneliness, for silence, for being misunderstood. This path has always been solitary, because mental pain is not separate from physical, and social discomfort is not separate from discipline. They are the forge. They are the proof. They are the training ground of will. And when it hurts, keep walking. Not fast, not loud, but forward, because this is determination. The redirection of desire, the death of impulse, the vow to endure. This is the inner command rising, not because the world said yes, but because you refuse to stop. Walk through fire and build the greatest empire, the one within. The next step. You know the path now, but knowing changes nothing, only repetition, again and again. The Discipline Triptych is just the foundation. The rest is your responsibility. No one is coming to help you. Start your work or stay broken. The decision is yours. And now, speak. Leave a comment and inspire others. What are you building now that won't reward you for years, but you keep going anyway? What's the hard thing you've chosen? Not because it feels good, but because it's right. The empire cannot be built overnight. This is the path of true discipline. If this struck something in you, it means your war has already begun. Don't face it alone. Join this channel and stand with those who still fight. Don't rush. Let this message settle. Reflect on it. Act on it. And when you're ready, when you've turned understanding into action, watch what comes next and keep laying the foundations of the greatest empire, the one within. I salute you.